This is not just a story about a piece of beautiful jewelry. It's about memory, love, and legacy woven into the delicate luster of this simple pearl necklace is the strength of 3 generations of women in my family, passed down with love and worn in moments both joyful and sorrowful. This necklace has quietly witnessed lifetimes of tenderness, transformation, and also pain. Its beauty is timeless, but its true value lies in the story that it holds. This simple pearl necklace has traveled through time, worn by 3 generations, each moment connected in a way none of us could have ever predicted or even imagined. And what happened next? Well, let's just say it left me wondering if my mother was sending me a sign from the beyond. It all started in the early fabulous 1980s. My mom used to take me to the Salvation Army on Tremont Avenue in the Boogie Down Bronx. Back then, thrift stores weren't these trendy hipster places like they are today. They were places where people shopped out of necessity. But to me, they were treasure troves. As soon as I walked in, I made a beeline for that jewelry counter. That's where the magic was for me. Rows of sparkling brooches, rhinestone necklaces, and earrings, and pearls just waiting to be discovered. Vintage brooches were just 25 to 50 cents, and necklaces, 75 cents to $1. Can you imagine? I was just a young girl excited for my very first prom, and I remember exactly where and when I found this pearl necklace. Picture this. Fordham Road, 1985. I was searching for the perfect accessory, something timeless. I wanted to look like Jackie O, and in a way, I guess I was meant to be, because I was actually named after her. This necklace, simple yet elegant, cost me $2.99. That might not sound like much today, but for me, in that time, it was such a big deal. When I fastened it around my neck that night, I felt elegant, sophisticated, like I was stepping into adulthood. But what I didn't know was that this necklace would become more than just an accessory. It would travel through time, through generations, and one day it would reveal something truly extraordinary. Fast forward to 1995 on my wedding day. I was in the bridal suite adjusting my veil when my mother walked in, and to my surprise, she was wearing the very same pearl necklace I had worn to my prom. She had chosen it as a quiet tribute to me. It was a silent gesture, but one that I felt, a connection between us, unspoken, but very powerful. My mom always preferred simple, elegant jewelry. She didn't like flashy things. She just wanted to look nice in her own understated way. And that day, those pearls weren't just an accessory. They were a symbol of love, of continuity, of the unbreakable bond between a mother and a daughter. I've moved many, many times. Went away to college, got married, moved to the suburbs to raise my daughter Sophie, got divorced, moved back to the city. Life was constantly shifting, and I never held on to too many things. But somehow, this pearl necklace always stayed with me, tucked away in my jewelry box. Years have passed, and honestly, I didn't think much about it. Life got busy, the necklace sat forgotten, until one day, something incredible happened. My daughter Sophie, without knowing anything about its history, found it in my jewelry box and decided to wear it to her wedding. She didn't ask about it, didn't know its significance. She was simply drawn to it, as if it was meant for her to discover it in that moment. The day the wedding she wore it to happened to be the same as my mother's birthday. The day after the wedding, I was tidying up when something strange happened. A framed photo of my mother wearing this very necklace suddenly fell off the shelf. There wasn't any wind, no reason for it to move, but there it was, face down on the floor. When I picked up the picture, I looked closer, and there it was. The pearl necklace, the same one I had worn to the prom, the same one my mother had in that picture, the same one my daughter unknowingly chose for a wedding on my mother's birthday. I wondered, was it just a coincidence, or was it something more? A message from my mom from the beyond? A reminder from my mom to me and to my daughter that love, memories, and connections never truly fade? Jewelry is more than just metal and gemstones. Jewelry carries whispers of the past and transcends to the present and brings that history and that story to the loved ones who have these beautiful pieces of jewelry and heirlooms from our past. These are stories that are waiting to be discovered, that should be documented, like I'm doing with this piece of jewelry. This pearl necklace isn't just a pearl necklace to me. This pearl necklace carries generations from my mother to me to my daughter, and hopefully this necklace will continue bringing stories of the past to the future in my generations to come. And hopefully in the future, our loved ones would know that we are thinking of them. And maybe jewelry will find us and will tell us the story of those who loved us and still are with us today in spirit. And although this plastic piece of jewelry, some would look at it and think nothing of it. To me, this is a priceless heirloom. And I don't believe in coincidences. I believe my daughter chose this necklace for a reason on the day of my mother's birthday and on the wedding day of a family member. And I also don't believe that it was a coincidence that that picture fell for me to call attention to it. Because had I not seen that picture, I wouldn't have made that connection. And I wouldn't have felt the message that my mother was sending to me and to my daughter. So this is Mother's Day, and I wanted to share this story with you because my mother and I had a very difficult relationship, and I loved her nonetheless. And knowing that she's still with me does bring me a level of comfort. And this pearl necklace is a reminder of that. And I will hold it dear to my heart, and so will my daughter. And I hope my future loved ones would also see this video or hear this story and also hold it close to their hearts. Time and time again, I've come to realize that the most treasured pieces of jewelry in my jewelry box, and as a jewelry collector and historian, I have a pretty vast box of jewelry that's very expensive. This $2.99 necklace means more to me than any priceless gem or jewelry that I have in my collection, because it reminded me that love transcends time and love will always persevere, and that my mother is sending me her love, and I will also pass my love on to my daughter, because it is in these pieces that show the true meaning of love. Thank you, Mommy. I miss you and I love you, and I want to wish all my fabulous ladies out there a very special and happy Mother's Day. I hope that you enjoyed this very intimate story. It was very difficult to tell. It took me quite some time to put it together, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I have. And so, my beautiful people, con mucho amor, happy Mother's Day. Stay bold, stay fabulous, and always wear your beautiful vintage costume jewelry in good health. Salud. I want to leave you with this beautiful video of my mother's panoramic view of where she lived and her ancestors before her lived and her ancestors before that lived. My mother had an amazing green thumb. She spent most of her pastime gardening in her yard. She loved to grow plants from seeds. And these pictures are from her yard, her fauna and flora. I hope that you enjoy watching this video and watching some of the amazing plants that grow on the island of Puerto Rico. Please enjoy. And this is the type of gardening that I like to do with my favorite pastime, vintage costume jewelry, flora and fauna. Hola familia! If you like my content and want to be part of this vintage costume jewelry tribe, don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. Love to hear from all of you. Ciao.